What's up, guys? This is Simon. In this video, we're going to talk about something kind of different, something that we all could relate to. It's about peaking too early in life. Now, we all know someone that has peaked in high school or peaked in college, and then we run into that individual later on in life and we go, what the hell happened to you? So this is what this video is about, if peaking early is a good thing or a bad thing, and I'm going to go into it in great detail. So before I get into this video, I always ask that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. As always, I appreciate it, and it's free. Let's get into it. So peaking early, huh? We've seen that macho guy that you've seen in high school. Maybe it was a football star, a baseball star, someone that maybe wanted or got the girl that you wanted, etc. And all of a sudden you look at this person and they just don't look like they're put together well. And you go, damn, this man peaked early in high school. Or that individual was famous, a class president, someone that people look up to, wanted to be friends with, and now the energy level is off. So peaking too early, in my opinion, is one of the worst things. There are some things that I dislike about people that peak early. One is I feel like they don't have much to look forward to in life, or they cannot match that hype that they had in school. In your early 20s or even just before your 20s, you are excited about everything. You are planning big goals and you have the least amount of experience. Every event is exciting, way more exciting than it is in, say, your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s. I haven't been there yet, but I can imagine they're even less exciting. However, when you peak early, you don't have that much to look forward to. I recently met a black belt that was a black belt for many years now. He's around my age. However, he's just not as excited about the sport of jiu-jitsu. And it blew my mind. I said, how could this be? This individual is not that excited about being a black belt. And it is because he peaked too early. He's got it over with. Now he needs something else to entertain his brain or move to the next step. Versus, say, a blue belt or a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, they're constantly striving for something else. So they're excited about something. When you hit the top plateau, you realize that to get there is not the same once you got there as the chase or the pursuit of something. Just like potentially when a person shops for something, they're excited, they look online, they find the product, they buy the product. Only a few weeks later, a month later, or 2 months later, they're just not excited about that product anymore, or to wear it, or to have it, just because it doesn't give them the same satisfaction as they had trying to obtain that product or earn it. So overall, peaking early does not give you the same satisfaction of continuing anything because you feel like you've achieved something that you may not be able to achieve again, or you don't have that same feeling of euphoria that you may have as you're younger. Your body's changing, your mind is changing, and your peak from when you were a teenager is very hard to live up to when you're an adult. As an adult, you get way more things to do, way more stresses that drop your health. It's harder to work out. Your time feels very crunched. You're not able to do things as much as you would like to do, especially if you have family and especially if you have children and you have a demanding job. So things happen to you early are generally more positive than things later in life. Now, there's that middle stage of, say, 20 to 40 or 50 where you're really on the grind and a lot of things are going on. And from what I understand, and when I talk to elder people, 60s and 70s, they're calm and happy because they have more experience and less expectations. They are consistently peaking, or some individuals are, with what they're trying to do or accomplish. They're traveling. They're content. They're no longer have that bite, that hunger that you may have once had when you were younger, or still have as you're younger, to gain so much, because they are content with what they have. And when you're content, you feel better. You feel more reserved. You're at peace. And being at peace is healthier than anything else. So being the cool kid in high school, being on the basketball team, being a wrestling star, a football star, man, those were the years, and I bet you enjoyed those years more than anyone else, or the person that had those years enjoyed those years more than the other years. However, if you did peak in high school, there's still hope for you. So you can find something else to challenge you, something else to do. You got to understand that as you grow older, you no longer look at things the same way. When you pass a certain age, you no longer care about what people think of you. Then you pass a certain age as well. Then you realize no one was thinking of you. And then you pass a certain age as well. And then you really don't care about anybody else but your own happiness. And that level is really hard to achieve, and it takes time. So if you peaked early, don't care about what people think. You're no longer put at a certain threshold or pedestal. Even if someone like an individual sees you and goes, oh man, what happened to you? You used to be a college star or a high school star. None of that matters. Focus on what is to come. Keep moving onward, not upward, and you'll be fine. If you haven't peaked early, and individuals like myself and probably you out there, not everyone was a college athlete or a high school celebrity, etc. If you haven't peaked early, well, you're in luck, because you're going to keep challenging yourself to do more and more, which means you're going to be busy. Being busy stimulates your mind and body, and you're going to be happier. You never want to peak. You always want to challenge yourself, and you could challenge yourself in many ways. But one way to do it is to have friends that are doing really well around you, or friends that are someone you could look up to. So basically, you get a group that's leveling you up at all times, making things exciting, making things pleasurable, and that is one way to continue to peak. Also, to continue to peak, you have to continuously fight fear. Your mind loves comfort. It loves to be in the comfort zone. It loves to tell you that you're fine right here. You're settled. You're good. You don't need to do anything else. And guess what? Your mind is playing tricks on you all the time. You got to battle that. You got to constantly push the envelope, and you got to constantly do things that are not comfortable, that are not favorable, so that you continue to peak or strive for peakness, that you never reach that level of peakness. That's where you want to be. You never want to reach peakness. You know, there's a saying, practice makes what? Say it. Practice makes perfect. Wrong, right? Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes you better. When you start thinking you're perfect or you peaked, that's when you failed. That's when you are no longer peaking or perfecting, and that's when you're in trouble. So if you are going to peak early, you have to turn that around. You got to keep going. You got to live up to a new standard. If you haven't peaked yet, you know you want something else. Keep going. Keep pushing the envelope, whether it's in business, whether it's in school, whether it's in a relationship, a family, watches, cars, you name it. You want to have a successful life, you have to envision it and continue to strive for it. That's my advice on peaking early, and I hope this video is motivational enough for you to continue onward. Keep pushing the envelope, never give up, and always do the uncomfortable thing. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, it's free, and I'll catch you guys here in the next video. Thanks.